Dave.
Get this shit started, man. It's David. Yeah.
David, good to see you.
Yeah, man. It's good to see you again.
Haven't seen you since ESk8CON,
I'm missing it, man.
right? So we're here to talk about CLOUDWHEELs. Dave and I are here to talk about CLOUDWHEELs, in particular the galaxies. There's lots of CLOUDWHEELs we'll be discussing today. We got some discoveries, we got some hydros, we got some of my personal favorites, CLOUDWHEEL rovers. And I'm going to show you guys why CLOUDWHEELs, and in particularly the CLOUDWHEEL rovers, are one of my favorite wheels. With the assistance of this little screwdriver, I'm going to, and that wasn't hard, I just gave it a little flick. And for the record, it is now somewhere around 8:02.
Yeah.
Watch how long that thing spins in the background, man. It's ridiculous. And I mention it because CLOUDWHEELs, especially these rovers right here, will increase your range. These things right here have given my board an additional 10 to 15 miles of range. And that's ridiculous. And one of the reasons and way that they do it is these things just free roll forever, you know. So you're not on the throttle as long as you have to be.
Yeah.
So, you know, I did not spin that with the strength of God at all, but that sucker's going to be spinning for a long time. And you know, there's that. So, Dave, you got the Galaxy wheels on your board now. You're coming from the
Discoveries.
yeah. But before we get started, let me just mention today's interview is being sponsored by Break Free. Break Free, the smart brake light. If you're riding with your friends and you need to be seen at night, you need to be more visible, you don't want to get hit by cars, you want traffic to see you, definitely consider adding the brake light, the Break Free brake light to your helmet, and help yourself be seen, help yourself be visible, help yourself and your friends stay alive and enjoy the ride. It allows you to focus more on the ride instead of splitting your attention between the being seen and you know, making sure that you're visible. This takes care of a lot of the trouble for you. It's up high, very noticeable, very bright, lasts for 8 to 12 hours, well, 8 to 10 hours of battery life, and it's glove friendly, LED lights, so the LEDs will last for thousands and thousands, literally thousands and thousands of hours. So you won't have to, you don't have to worry about replacing the light. So that's today's sponsor, Break Free. And also, if you like a discount on a Break Free device, use code, what is it, Viper?
Oh.
What's my code? What's the code here? Very unprofessional, but I got the answer to that. The code is...
Man, look at that wheel so go, dude. That's crazy. It's been 3 minutes.
Yeah, it's been 3 minutes.
It's been 3 minutes and it's stuck going.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. CLOUDWHEELs, I'm telling you, they're the bomb. So, what's this code again? ESk8 Viper, ESk, the number 8, ESk8 Viper, VYPER, for $10 off your brake light. That's my man Devin. I'm just supporting him. I'm supporting Brake Light. I'm supporting Break Free because Break Free can help save your life or a friend's life. And so that's today's sponsor, Break Free.
I gotta definitely give me one.
So I know when we were talking at ESk8CON, you said you got the Discoveries and they were getting pretty worn, which is actually good.
Yeah.
They ride better the more worn they get. But how would you say the Galaxies compare
To
the
the
Discoveries?
Discovery. So what I've kind of noticed, I've tried kind of carving this thing pretty well, and these wheels, like as they're supposed to be, because they're supposed to be grip wheels, right? So they prevent a lot of sliding. With my discoveries on my other Zealot, I was able to slide real easily by just taking a normal corner or whatnot. These I've taken the same course that I take the other board, no sliding whatsoever, and they've been really nice. They've been really nice wheels. Um, I do want to mention about the free spin of those bearings because it's still going 5 minutes
Yeah,
later, which is
yeah,
ridiculous. And
yeah,
then I noticed it too when I was riding on this thing, when I would not, I need to hit the remote or anything like that. Just ride. It didn't do that with my other wheels. I got all these other wheels here, and none of them did that. These things just keep going, and it's
yeah.
great.
I mean, I really didn't even flick that hard. I usually
Yeah.
when I do a wheel test to see like how long will they spin, I spin it with the strength of God, as strong as I can. That was just a little flick, that was
Yeah.
a little flick, and 5 minutes later, 6 minutes later, this thing is still spinning. So great job, Cloud Wheels, on your bearings. And if you ever get a chance, I'd like to talk to the engineers and talk about those bearings because they are phenomenal.
Very
Um,
good bearings.
yeah, very good. And you've got the ceramics in there, so I
Yeah.
mean these are the bone stock, as Cloud will call them. They're longboard bearings. They're electric
Um,
skateboard bearings, and I haven't had any complaints out of them at all. I mean, this thing is just creeping along, and if it was actually more level and flat, I think it would have spun a little bit longer. But
Still 5, 6 minutes, still great time.
yeah, it's coming up on 7 minutes of movement and
Yeah.
about 10 more seconds. I think it's got 10 more seconds of moving, maybe. I can see the heavy spot is going to rock backwards this time. It's not going to go all the way around. Yeah.
Oh, there it goes.
But there, yeah, that was the 10 seconds right there.
Yeah.
So what was that? 7 or 8 minutes or so?
Yeah, from what I can see on my
Ridiculous.
computer, yeah.
Ridiculous. I'm extremely impressed with Cloud Wheels as a company. Uh, their bearings, their wheels, their passion for helping us enjoy the ride and smoothing out that road. They do an excellent job at that.
Yeah.
So you say on the Galaxies, now you've got the Galaxies, and you say on the curves that you've been taking with the Discoveries, you're not sliding now with
Yeah, I'm not sliding with the Galaxies on.
all right, so first impression.
All right.
I'll wind this. So your first impression when you stepped on it, what was your first thoughts?
Man, all right. I'm glad you asked that actually, because compared them to the roads I have in my neighborhood, the roads in my neighborhood are got a lot of bumps on them, and the roads in the neighborhood not very great. But with those, able to keep the grip real nice. And then when I got to an area of the shopping center I like to skate in that has a real smooth road, I
Right.
could definitely feel how nice those bearings are and how nice that contact patch is riding on that road. It's
Uh-huh.
so smooth. Board is so smooth. It sounds so nice riding on the road. So first impressions when I was riding it and when taking a corner, great. I loved how I didn't slide out when I was riding the corner. That's what I was kind of worried about.
Mm-hmm.
And then kind of just overall going on a straightaway, really nice. Able to get over any like small potholes or anything like that that I've ran over. There's a sidewalk that kind of dips into the ground, and with that, I was able to just ride right through it, no problem. Like how I do with the AT wheels, real nice.
Okay.
So I was very impressed with the wheels, I'd say.
Now, funny that you mentioned that. I know when I was racing at ESk8CON, I went and was watching, Fred Christopher. He took the Pivot GT out for a little test ride, and it had the regular polyurethane wheels on there, just some old stock wheels from Propel, and he was sliding very well. But I mean, Fred's a phenomenal rider. Let's just call it. It is what it is. But just from watching him for a couple of seconds, I was able to mimic his technique, and I was able to get the polyurethanes to slide. I'm
Oh,
like, okay,
nice.
I see how he's doing it. So then I went and got the my pivot with the Galaxy, those wheels that you have on,
Hmm.
and I tried to do the same thing, and it was way harder to break contact.
Yeah.
Um, as I raced and started doing laps, I started finding that edge, and I was able to slide them a little bit, and the feedback was good. It wasn't sliding out of control. It was a very controlled slide.
Yeah, I agree with that.
You haven't been able to slide them yet at all,
So I've
or
been like sliding a little bit when I aggressively carve, but it's not to a point where like how the discoveries would just throw you off.
yeah, the grip on the Galaxies is definitely get
Hmm.
an increase in
Yeah.
grip from just the regular Discoveries. I love the Discoveries. It's amazing how each year we keep, technology just keeps taking us further and further and faster and faster. This was the cat's meow. When I first got my 105s, you couldn't tell me nothing. I was riding over everything. And now with the Galaxies and the Rovers, it's a whole nother level. Now, if you ever get a chance to try the Hydros, this is again another level in grip.
Okay.
It doesn't have the dampening core. They're more for like racing, I think.
Okay.
I was planning on racing with these, but CLOUDWHEEL sent me out the Galaxies, and I said, "All right, great. I'll try the Galaxies." One of the things that I usually do, I like to drop the wheel and just see how much it bounces. The reason why I do that is because from formula to formula, what one company makes is polyurethane at
Yeah.
a hardness of 78. Another company can make the same wheel with the same hardness, but if they use a different formula, the rebound is different.
I would say the cloud was did a little bit better job at absorbing those bumps, stuff like that, especially compared to these two wheels here. These wheels slide a lot, especially these longboard ones from Backfire. But the cloud ones, I'd say, a lot better overall feel.
Have they increased your speed at all?
So I think because of the pulley size, I've not really noticed much of a difference of a top speed change. Because of the different pulleys I'm using. I think the ones I'm using are more for range. I did notice that even with the bigger diameter range, I'm still getting good range. I'm getting 16 miles out of the board, even with bigger wheels compared to their obviously the standard ones that are 96. These are bigger, and I'm getting same amount of range as the older ones. So, how do you like the Rovers, man? Because I know they're puncture proof, right? They're airless.
Yeah, yeah. I was getting a flat every 3 miles, like ridiculously, every
Really?
mile, every three
Yeah.
miles. And so I just gave up on pneumatics. I mean, yeah, I got tired of the flats. The Galaxies being like, I don't even know what the heck they are. I just call them rubber.
Yeah, they look just like regular rubber.
Yeah, it's not a polyurethane. And they got the holes in the back
Mhm.
for like a hollow wheel effect. I know that helps with some of the vibration dampening.
Well, I'm glad you gave me yours 'cause I've been enjoying them. So,
I'm glad you are as well. Everybody was talking about the main competition this year against those Galaxies was the Mad Wheels. You get a chance to try these out?
I did not. No, they looked interesting though. I've thought about buying them in the past.
When I first got to Vegas, this was on my endurance.
Mhm.
So I got to try them out. Real large contact patch. It's got a little squishiness on the back. If you got your whole weight of 200 pounds on here, then it's
Yeah.
definitely gonna be a little bit squishier. So I was riding the Mad Wheels. They were really good. And then I put the Galaxies on and I start riding them. And a lot of people say, "Oh, I like the Mad Wheels better," but the thing is, there's no one wheel to rule them all, and you have to take into consideration three things, if not more. You got how much do you weigh? You got what surface are you riding on? And then my favorite variable in the whole equation, how hot is it? I think the durometer of these are 70, what is it, 72, 72A. it says. And let's see if I can find the durometer. Do you know the durometer of the Galaxies at all?
Diameter is 65.
65?
Yeah,
So
what I'm
that's even
seeing here.
softer. That's
But
crazy.
that's comparing it to these that are 80. These orange ones are 80, and I don't think my backfire ones have a barometer setting on them, or
They're probably 74.
these orange ones are 80
Those are
for
dad
real.
bods, right?
No, I wish they were dead buds. They're 80 millimeter orangutans.
Oh, okay, okay. So my point is, though, when I was racing on the track, I liked the grip that I was getting from the Galaxies better than the grip I was getting from the Mad Wheels. They were right for the temperature that we were dealing with and the conditions of the asphalt. The Galaxies just seemed perfect. I
Yeah.
think had it been hotter, then maybe the Mad Wheels would have been the way to go. It was interesting adjusting the wheels. I changed wheels about 3 or 4 times that week during the races.
Okay.
Definitely, I rode on just regular polyurethane. I rode on BKB tires. I rode on the Novas. I rode on the Galaxies. I did some time on the Mad Wheels as well.
Okay.
So yeah, I was changing wheels left and right, looking for whatever edge I could get to decrease my lap times, stay with the pack. I was doing good. I think the first heat I came in first place. The second heat I came in second place, and the
Oh,
guy
nice.
that beat me, he had like his own custom Stooge race board set up. That's when I switched and said, "Let me see if I can, get the endurance to give me just a little bit extra something that I need to maintain first place." And that's probably where I went wrong because I should have just focused on finishing the race and not coming in first place. But I was excited. I was feeling the passion of racing. Just the adrenaline was getting to me. But I'm really looking forward to practicing as soon as my boards come from Vegas and
Yeah,
getting some cones out there and seeing what I can do. It's a really great sport, and I love doing this thing. This
I agree.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to race again next year. Hopefully, I'll bring a whole team with me. See what we can make happen.
Make the Cloud Wheel team, man. Make a Cloud Wheel team. Contact Cloud Wheel, get them to get creators or
Yeah,
people to race on the Cloud Wheels, on like the rovers, or on anything.
yeah, good point. Cloud Wheels, you hear that? So next year, you're sponsoring our team. We need wheels for all our riders. Yeah, they're a good company. I really like them. I like their passion. I like their innovativeness and how they don't just keep resting on, well, we made this great, you know, well, I didn't think they could come better than this. And they like, next thing you know, we had this, and the next thing you know, we had the Rovers and all that. So I love how innovative they are as a company.
Yeah.
Uh, they're not resting on their laurels.
hmm
They
Yeah, they
keep
saw the mistake with the discoveries, because obviously when you drive those through water, you're gonna slip a lot. But then they made the hydros so you can ride them through water. And I think Eastgate Unity made a video on the hydros and him running through the water with them,
yeah,
and them keeping that grip in the water, which is really cool.
yeah. I went out when I got the Rovers. I went out to do just a quick little 2 minute, 5 minute video. I had every intention on being outside in the rain as little time as possible. So somewhere between 2 to 3 minutes, 5 minutes max was my goal. I had so much fun riding in the rain that I was out there for maybe an hour or two, just ripping, trying to break the contact patch.
Yeah.
Um, and I couldn't. I mean, I was carving hard. The videos on my YouTube channel, I was carving hard, bro, and I was not breaking grip. I was not sliding at all, not even a little bit. Um, I mean, I'm sure I could have just full sent it and made it happen,
Hmm.
but that's making it happen. I was but under
Yeah.
normal, riding conditions, like let me just carve, let me carve. Those things was gripping like you wouldn't believe. And the Rovers actually, the Rover 165s, they're very narrow. Like the Hydro, this is wide. This probably has like a 56 millimeter contact patch, something like that. I'm just guessing
Hmm.
right offhand. But the narrow Rovers, they're about as narrow as your regular pneumatic tire. We're talking about this compared to this,
Hmm.
or this compared to this.
Yeah, it's a lot wider. Yeah.
A lot wider. So the fact that the Rovers, but the fact that they're so narrow, you would think that they would slide easier, because it's a smaller contact patch.
Yeah.
It's just not as wide. I could not get those things to slide on me in the rain. I'll pull up the video when I'm editing this. I'll
Yeah.
definitely throw it all in
It's a
as
good idea.
background footage. Those things were not slip, they would not slide. And because they're so narrow, that's another reason why you get so much more range with that than, it's a
That's true.
smaller contact patch. The 110 Rovers, then they have a fat contact patch, kind of like the Hydros.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, kind of like the Hydros and the Discoveries. But those guys with even that narrow contact patch, I still couldn't get it to slide. So I can't wait to see what the 110 Rovers do in the rain, because I couldn't get those to slide. So it's like, well,
Yeah.
I'm sure that the 110s are going to be like riding on rails, just going to stick to the ground like glue.
We'll definitely make videos of it and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the goal. Yeah, I guess I'll have to do another rain ride. Probably put them on my Panther, because my Panther is not afraid of the rain.
Yeah, I've taken my Zeus through a thunderstorm, which was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I mean, okay, folks, we understand riding electric skateboards in the rain is probably not a good idea, but
Yeah,
nobody ever said it wasn't fun. It is
exactly.
fun. Like,
It
if
is
you
very fun.
once you realize, all right, you know what, I'm just going to get wet. This is there's no way to avoid it. Once you stop frowning at every raindrop, it's a whole different ride.
I wouldn't take the zealot off in the rain though. I know those things can catch fire, so don't do that if you got a zealot. Don't do that. Not a
Yeah,
good idea.
yeah. My Panther, man, that unibody construction of the carbon fiber, it's pretty. The water's only going to get in from the top. I don't
Yeah.
think the water's going to get in from the bottom. So yeah, it's a good board. I love that board. It's probably one of my favorite boards, for real, for real. So Rovers, going back on there, we'll see what this thing can do in the rain.
Well, I can't wait to see it. So
Thank you. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it too. Cloud wheels, cloud wheels. I need a cloud wheels jingle. I can tell you my impressions. First time I rode them, I went to a multi-level parking garage, went up to the top floor. A parking garage, as a skater, I'm sure you know what it is. It's like
yeah.
concrete, but like a fine concrete where there's like a little bit of the concrete. There's fine little pebbles. So I was afraid to push it a little bit, but
Mhm.
then once I came downstairs and I was just on good old fashioned asphalt in the street, it's like that moment you said, as far as, oh, this is smooth, smooth.
Yeah.
This is nice. I can't wait to get a pair. I can't wait to get
Yeah.
another set, because we've got some really nice paved bike trails around here that are just pristine, smooth, and you would think that the uh the little street sweepers come out every night and just brush everything away. They're so perfect and pristine. So I can't wait to see how the Galaxies feel on those roads. The trails, the roads, from my experience, those Galaxies are phenomenal.
Hmm.
And I mean, I'll be honest again, like I did not think I was going to be that impressed with them. I totally didn't think I was going to be that impressed with them. and I am sold. Like as of now, until I get these 110 Rovers and see what they can do.
Mhm.
Those Galaxies are my go-to wheels. If I could put them on every board I got, I probably would. I do like the height. You know, you need some big
Yeah. Yeah.
for heights and all. So we'll see. But yeah, Fred's got me hooked on small wheels, man. I blame Fred for everything. He's got me hooked on small wheels.
Yeah, he was telling me he loves them a lot more than the AT wheels, and
Yep.
now I got my street board so I can try them out and actually ride them. So,
Uh-huh. Yeah. So all right, well, great. Again, thank you for spending this time talking to me, and I look forward to talking to you again.
yeah.
Uh
Hey, maybe in person we'll ride together.
yeah, sounds like that
Um,
might really be a possibility before next
mhm.
year at
Yeah,
ESk8CON.
yeah.
So all right.
I want to try out that board behind you, that the Phantom.
Yeah. Oh my
Uh,
God. That thing is sick.
I've been wanting to get one. I've been wanting to get one.
It's a really fun board to ride. Yeah, it's a fun board to ride. Direct drive, it's simple, it's small, just something you want to keep with you at all times. Definitely a nice ass board.
Nice.
All right, like I said, I'll talk to you forever, man. So
Yeah.
again, thank you for your support. Thank you for your help. Thank you, Cloud Wheels. Thank you, Break Free. Remember, break free, your smart brake light. And it's the smart way to be seen. The smart way to be seen. All righty. I'm gonna just hit end. We can call this a
All
day.
right.
Again, bro. I'll talk to you later.
Yeah, man.
All right. Pieces.
Peace.
Break free. Remember, break free, your smart brake light. And it's the smart way to be seen. The smart way to be seen. All righty. I'm gonna just hit end. We can call this a
All
day.
right.
Again, bro. I'll talk to you later.
Yeah, man.
All right. Pieces.
Peace.